Hey friends, it's Lady Ambrosia. Today I wanted to talk about divination, and I wanted to talk about card reading. So you have really two distinctive types of card reading. You have tarot cards and you have oracle cards. And both of these they're very different, even though they are very similar at the same time. So to start off with, tarot is a organized system. Each card has a specific meaning and a specific message. Whereas oracle cards are not necessarily the same in that sense. It does not matter with tarot. You could buy 12 different tarot decks and they could look different visually. There could be slight variances between what the cards look like. Now, in oracle cards, you will see a lot more variance because each oracle deck is completely consisted of different imagery. Whereas with tarot, you're always going to have the king, the empress, the fool, the four of swords, the five of pentacles. There's certain elements to a tarot deck that are going to be consistent in every deck. The imagery themselves might change, the depictions of the archetypes within tarot, they might look slightly different, but you will always see these major and minor arcana within tarot decks. Oracle decks, on the other hand, are not like that at all. You can find oracle decks on pretty much anything that you would resonate with or be interested in. They have oracle decks on fairies, they have oracle decks on angels, vampires, demons, nature. I mean, anything you can think of, you are going to find a corresponding oracle deck with that. And oracle cards are more about using your own intuition. Not to say that you don't use psychic abilities and that you don't use your own intuition with tarot, because you do too. But there's already kind of predisposed meanings and messages for all of the cards. It's a organized system. So you still use your own intuition to piece all the pieces together when you're giving someone a tarot reading. Versus oracle, every single card, there is no predetermined message or meaning in the cards. Some of these oracle card decks will come with guidebooks, and some of the authors or publishers of these decks will include their perception of what this card represents. So to give you guys an example, one of my personal favorite oracle decks is called the Earth Magic Oracle. And I really like it a lot. I really resonate with it a lot. And it's primarily consisted of nature images. And one of the cards in the deck is a tsunami. It's a force of nature. It is an aquatic force of nature. And water represents our emotions. So now, because this is an oracle deck, everything I'm about to say about this one card is going to be my own perception. And someone else using the exact same cards could have a different perception of the tsunami. So for me, the tsunami represents a wake up call and a resurgence of emotions, um, whether that be good or bad, right? It just represents emotions coming up to the surface, a grandiose wake up call, basically. In tarot, you and I could both have the exact same tarot deck. We could both pull, for instance, the Knight card, the Knight of Cups. This message of this card won't change from tarot reader to tarot reader because this is an organized system. Versus an oracle, like I'm saying, we could both pull the tsunami card and we could see different things within it. So oracle cards, I personally feel like they train your psychic abilities and they train your third eye and they train you to really see and figure out what you resonate with. Tarot decks and tarot reading is, like I said, already predetermined and is organized. So you kind of have an organized method, and what I consider oracle to be is more of a creative method. So oftentimes the people you see who use tarot might use that logic and reason side of their brain more than the latter. Vice versa for oracle, those might be more creative people. Both methods, though, do use your intuition. Both methods do use your psychic abilities. But how those psychic abilities are being channeled depends on the reader. So those are the two main forms of card reading. Like I said, tarot and oracle. And I think it's really important to kind of explore both methods. I think that that would be doing a service to yourself as someone who, whether you read professionally or you just read for yourself, either way, I think that allowing yourself to explore both of those avenues sets you up for success, because you will find, there are people who might just pick up a tarot deck and they don't connect with it at all. And so they stop reading altogether, or vice versa. There's people who might pick up an oracle deck who don't connect with that at all. And so they'll never pick up another deck again. And I think that there really is a deck for everyone. Even just down to the imagery. If you're not someone who wants to work with angels, maybe you like fairies. Or if you're not someone who wants to work with darker cards, they have lighter decks as well, lighter imagery as well. So it's totally, totally up to you on, what you want to do. I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making another project, another playlist, and I would like to take one of my tarot decks and like just do a video on each of the cards, which this is going to be a big project. So we'll see if I actually follow through with this. But that's kind of what I have going on. I think it would be fun to, kind of go over the tarot, because there's tons of information about tarot out there. And I think that for a lot of people, myself included, when I first started getting into tarot cards, because I am more of a creative, artsy type person, all of this structure and all of this organization really kind of freaked me out and overwhelmed me at first. But now that I've learned the system of tarot and gotten more into it, I can understand the language of it. So I think what I might do is maybe just break the cards down in the ways that I understand them and give their meanings, and just kind of give like a really down to earth message of tarot, and really kind of bring the teachings of tarot to the ground level where they can be easily understood, because it can be overwhelming. But I hope that all of you have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I'm going to sign off of here. Blessed be.